Hey, hello everybody. Souls44. Welcome back to Galactic Chickens. Oh, you can see him. Today I just wanted to go through and have a little bit of fun. My last episode I went through... Really? I just got animals moving into my place now? I guess they really want to hang out with me. I don't blame them, I'm pretty cool. Anyway, we went and killed the Ender Dragon last episode. We managed to get ourselves an Ender Dragon egg, of course, and we also managed to snag some shulker pearls and some endstone, and that's going to be a huge part. I will do auto crafting off camera, of course, so that way you don't have to see me do a lot of crafting. I wanted to talk a little bit about some fun I had. I've done some decorations with some frames. I've just put some framed outer corners around my little auto crafting Botania flower area. Inside here, if you haven't seen my other episodes, is my petal apothecary, which is used to create the flowers for Botania, like these Indo Flames and whatnot. And then I also went ahead and created a little bit of a room here to cover up the flowers. Notice the room is full of flowers. That's because the the mana pools are full. So these munch dews have nothing to do. They can't really eat them. But this is, there, I just snuck in. This is all built by a builder. You use the builder with a shape card. You can tell it to keep running without with redstone. So as long as you give it redstone, it's going to keep on running. And then I didn't want to do that. Export all the different leaves that I have in my storage system. You know, it creates this little bed of flowers here. Pretty neat. I created a room for it just because it, you know, why not? I gotta watch out though. I'll get stuck. Oh, wow. So that's my little room there. It's not that cool. I'm not that much of an artist, but I have attempted to do some more artistry type things lately. And that is, you know, putting together some rooms, putting together a little bit of frames, just giving myself a little bit of something just to make it look different. I'm not too happy with the way these demonic frame steel stairs are looking. They're not that pretty. But I like the way the banners look, and I like the way that the Dreamwood works with the copper. These are framed copper frames. Trapdoors, like this. Yeah. Really? Episode, what, 6 where it rains? Let's go ahead and talk about my my man up there. That's right, I went ahead and did it. I didn't really want to at first, but I was like, you know what? Let's create a you know, a couple of statues and see what we can do about it. So I went ahead and created a statue. I haven't quite finished the entire thing yet. I ran out of materials. Yeah, I ran out of materials. As much as I wish I didn't. These are lapis. And so I switched them over to blue wool from lapis. So from lapis to blue wool. And I ran out of wool. I actually ran out of wool. I used so much wool for this guy. This is terracotta. His feet are obsidian. And the insides are going to be switched over so that they're terracotta, and I'll fill this in. But it's kind of hollow. Yep. And that's because I think this is going to be our mob farm. It's going to be a drop of evil mob farm in here. I think it's kind of neat. It's going to be fun. Most of the time people don't do this kind of thing when they build mob farms. I still ran out of lapis. You know, they just build a big old square boring brick house and then they just say that's my mob farm. Well, this is going to be a mob farm. So let's start up the basics to do to get back and forth to the end and while it rains. Because until it gets dark I can't sleep. It's not quite there yet. I don't think. No. So in order for us to go to the end at will, let's find a good spot to put it. I'm really thinking right here. And I'm going to go down 2 deep. That's going to give me room for my point. So this is my flux point, which is this right here, this system here. We're going to go ahead and select network, and we're going to select Solus's network. Now it's got power. And then I'm going to take some ender cable. And now anything that touches it's going to get power. So we're going to have a transmitter and a receiver. So the receiver. Normally I like to have rooms for this. And we're going to have a dialer. I'll just put the dialer in the floor. Now let's, yeah, the dialer has to have power too. I'm goofy. There we go. Alright, so now that those have power, you can select the dialer. And so this is the location here. This is the receiver. And it's just going to be called storage home. How about spelling it correctly? Storage home. And now when I look inside, it's going to say storage home. It's also going to say end portal. Now, if I teleport to the end portal right now, the end portal has no power. And this was a big mistake on my part. I'll admit it. I screwed up. I should have brought with me the a flex point. One of these bad boys right here. I'm pretty sure if I do this, I'm going to die. But you know what? Let's see what happens. It says dial okay. But the other end does not have power, so this is gonna be bad. Let's do it. Let's do it anyway. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Died. That's what happens when you teleport without having any power on the other location. So, thankfully, I've got contingency plans. Now I can go there again. Right? Dial once. It's going to take me here. One. So I know that works. Do I want to keep my obituary? I don't know. Can I back it? I hit back. I hope I didn't mess it all up. Yes. So, I know that's cheating-ish, but I'm here, right? Here's the thing. In this mod pack, I didn't want it to be super hard. I could have made it really hard. You know what? If I would have made it really hard, right now, the thing that would have just happened when nobody would want to play anymore. Or they would have quit. I don't want people to rage quit. That's the thing. I mean, there. Now I have power. Super easy. Nobody got hurt. No harm, no foul. Access to the end. So I can go home anytime I want. There you go. So the /back command's in it. It's the same thing as on the server. The server is free to play. It's available on Twitch Launcher and AllForge. It's 1.12 the mod pack's name. Specifically, if you look up Galactic chickens, you'll find it. If you just looked up Galactic, you'll find a bunch of stuff because there's a lot of people that really like the Galactic craft. And yes, there is Galactic craft in there, and obviously there's chickens because, I mean, right? Chickens. So, I know it was kind of cheaty, and I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm opening my trash can, throw this obituary away. I'm going to go ahead and open up my waypoints and get rid of my death point. Here we go. So, anytime I want to go to the end, I can just tell this thing, dial once. Now, if I go to the end and I type this thing and I say dial, it's going to stay there permanently. So this is like a permanent dialed deal. Now, I can change it from public to whatever, and then also hide it from other the beam. So I can take the beam away, or I can make the beam appear. Personally, I don't really care for the beam, but at the same time, like if I accidentally walk into it, you know, you can imagine there are a myriad of things you could do with these teleporters. You could teleport all over the place. If you had enough energy and power to waste, you could just have teleporters all over the place. I prefer these travel anchors for local, especially if I have a traveling wand. And in that sense, I'm going to see if I can make a travel anchor. Let's go ahead and make 10 of them because I got money like that. I'm a baller. And then let's put our armor back on. Notice I got speed boost. The angel ring, it needs to go back on. The monocle needs to go wherever it goes. There we go. And let's go with the gluttony charm. Really? No? Well, that's kind of not smart. Alright, well, let's go see what the travel anchor. Alright, I made 9 travel anchors. That's good enough. Now these have a limited range. I don't know what that is. But let's go ahead and add it to B.O.B. Let's just call him Bob. For various reasons, Bob. Can I see it? I can. So it is within range. And so if you're standing on it and you look around and you see a name, if it's red, you can teleport to it. So you just hit shift or whatever crouch is on your keybinds. And there you go. Now I can get to Bob anytime I want. No problem. Now this is an unfinished astral sorcery temple. I'm going to probably destroy this whole entire thing and rebuild it to make it look a little bit different. And if you notice, he's looking off over here. What are you looking at, Bob? Well, Bob is looking over here. In this location, we are going to be building a whole new area. What I'm thinking about doing is looking at compact machines. Compact machines are pretty simple to do, and all they do is basically create a whole brand new dimension, and in which you can use that dimension to input and output. All the stuff that I've done here, almost all of this could fit inside of compact dimensions if you really knew how to save your space. Maybe even this. This looks, I mean, Mesopotamia setup's pretty compact. So I don't know. Maybe it'll fit inside there, I don't know. But I'm going to do compact machines over here. It also gets me a little bit closer to my village that I found. And thankfully villages are pretty commonly spawned. And I'm going to put another travel anchor right here. Now I'm just going to type in village. Village 1. Just like that. Compact machine. Britannia. Storage home. So I'm back home to where I need to be. Cool beans? Alright. Now, this right here, the charge porter. You walk over to a receiver and you shift right click. And it's going to say receiver 2 is added to the charge porter. So, and then now I can shift right click and now I have the storage home. I can highlight it and name it whatever I want. It tells me what it is, so I'm just going to leave it. And you notice that there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different locations. And as long as it's in my inventory, it's going to start charging because I have the flex networks. That thing right there, filling me up. But I want to do is travel to the in portal. I'm going to dial it one time. Stand still. Notice that I didn't die this time. And then I'm going to shift right click on there. Now what that's going to let me do is shift right click. I can open it up and I can choose which location I want myself to teleport to. So basically I have a portable transmitter in my hand. And then I can go into the actual end itself, or I could go anywhere. And in this case I'm going to dial, I want to go back home. Dial once. Stand still. There you go. So it's really just a great way to get around. Fantastic mod. I am gonna start off by saying that 1.16, the new mod pack's very enticing to me, and I'm probably gonna start doing a series where I run through a little bit of 1.16. Modded Minecraft version, but I want to make it specifically for Fabric. If you you're familiar with the way Minecraft works, there's a fabric and a forge. Forge is used for modded Minecraft, and it's like the older style? I want to say style. It's an older way of programming for how to mod Minecraft. There's a lot of little differences, but I can tell you this, it loads a lot faster and it's less resource intensive to use Fabric than it is to use Forge. Forge is coming along. It's not fully implemented, blah, 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 but it is working very well. I've been testing it out and finding some bugs and things like that in some of the mods, but to be honest with you, it's pretty fun. So I'm definitely going to be doing a Galactic Chickens and a Forge mod, and I wanted to make sure that people understood that no, I'm not giving up on Galactic Chickens. I loved Galactic Chickens. It's an amazing mod pack, but I think having diversity is going to be a little bit more interesting, and with that I can do far more stuff. I just don't want to. Let's go ahead and see if we can make some lab blocks. Laboratory blocks. I am basically stealing laboratory blocks from a friend of mine, because this is all he does is laboratory blocks. How big of an area did I get? That is not what I wanted. My goodness. Can I undo that? I can't. So I'm gonna be playing some Fabric modded Minecraft. It's version 1.16 of modded Minecraft. Everybody's joining in on the 1.16. It's time that I go ahead and take a look at it and see what I like about it, dislike about it, whether I feel like it's gonna be a thing that I want to switch to permanently or not. Still, Forge is still really good. It does its thing. It's been proven, and there are far more artists. I'm gonna call them artists, I guess. Far more people working together on. Why is it okay? On the mod packs. So when you use a Forge mod pack, there are a larger number of people that actually know what they're doing with it than there are with Fabric. Fabric has a lot of experimental stuff, put it that way. And I want to be able to play with it a little bit more, but I'm also going to be working on building my own mod pack, I think, specifically with Fabric. I think that's the goal in the end, is for me to create something that people are going to enjoy, that's more up to date. I would have stayed with Forge, but it looks like Forge is going to just stagnate out to me. There's always going to be things in Forge that are pretty much the same. There are mods in Fabric that are going to be lackluster, just because of who's making them. But I want to make sure that I get a chance to try out something new, and I've seen it, I've played with it a little bit. There are players that I know that are going to be using only that, and I want to be able to be involved in something that's different. Playing the same thing for the last few years has been really, really fun, but also really, really, I don't know, familiar. It's not, when I do something on camera here, I've done this a million times. Or I've done this enough times now at this point to where it's not like I'm learning something brand new. And with Fabric, I'm learning brand new mod makers and mod creators, and there's a good chance that those mod makers and mod creators will actually respond to you. No offense to you Forge mod makers, but let's face it, your customer support's not there. And I don't blame you, because you're tired of dealing with the same old complaints and etc. Well, not anymore. I want to check out this. I want to check out this new system. I've played it a little bit for the last few days, and I've looked at the way that it works and how fast it is. There are so many things that can be done with it better because their mod makers are more open to taking suggestions. I've noticed that Forge, the mod makers are really good. They're really, really good. But they're also less likely to say, oh yeah, that's a great idea, and the idea becomes something that happens. What? They're more likely to take offense to constructive criticism than they are to actually getting something to change. And that's been, to me, in my opinion, and it's my opinion, a downfall of so many mods that have been done in modded Minecraft for Forge. And that has just been that they will often, you know, they'll listen to constructive criticism, but they won't actually act on it. And it's unfortunate because there are so many mods that have failed or been removed from mod packs or just did not get fixed and caused corruption for games and things like that that would have been amazing. With Fabric, a lot of the modded community that's with Fabric on their Discord, it's really good too. They like to work on new stuff. They're enthusiastic and they're willing to make changes. They're willing to update their stuff. They're willing to give that little bit of creative edge to something. They take that constructive creative criticism, all that stuff, and they actually implement it. And that's something that I've always enjoyed about the early stages of any build team. Unfortunately, it also means that we're looking at a lot of beta, alpha of modded Minecraft that won't last forever. It won't last forever. It takes a while before those betas and alphas well, become seasoned mod makers, and then when they do, then they'll probably switch over to being the same way as the people running Forge. Stereotypically, that's the situation. However, until that happens, we're gonna have ourselves a great time playing some Fabric in future updated mod pack usage. Let's see, that's good. I don't normally build on camera, and I apologize if this seems kind of boring to everybody, but I'm framing out a very unspecific shape. This is going to be something I want to use, I think, for energy, kind of going with the theme from the reactor. I will be putting in a variety, I think, of any energy production systems into this area. It's not very big, I know, but I don't have very large energy needs either. So anything I do is going to end up being basically minimalistic. I don't want to make it crazy, but I also don't want to leave this reactor just sitting out in the open. I think that's kind of a. So let me know what you think. If anyone's tried Fabric or used the Fabric launcher, you can still get this stuff off of Twitch, and you can get it from Forge. Believe it or not, you can get Fabric Minecraft mods from the Forge launcher and the Forge website. It's just a different way of using the codes, and I'm not a code person, so I have to ask Sage what he thinks, how that works, and what he thinks is going to happen, and where things are going to go. I should have made that. Dude, that's way better. I don't want it to look skeletal, but I definitely don't want it to look solid lab block either. I want to put more variety of blocks on this, because I think this is going to deserve a more industrial look to it. Oops. Lab blocks are not industrial looking, in my opinion. To me, they're more concrete floors. So, but iTstorMy, if you watch this, hey, look, dude, I'm using your lab blocks. He loves using lab blocks. Like, this is his favorite This is my favorite material, I think, in all of modern Minecraft. What did I do that for? I'm gonna put in a bunch of lights. I want to put in lights, like a lot of lights, because to me it's kind of like what a lot of people building PCs nowadays build them with tons of LEDs. I think that's kind of neat. And conceptual wise, this looks like a casing for a PC, right? So without further ado, I know I'm going to cut this video a little bit short. I wanted to make sure that I covered absolutely everything that I could. Creative wise and direction I'm going to be going. We're going to be definitely going to put in compact machines. I think this area right here is a good size. It's far enough away that I should still be able to. It's close enough, I mean, for me to be able to access my remote storage, my wireless storage. I'm going to make it so that I can access it over here as well. And I think I'm going to raid this village in between episodes. If not, I'm going to go through and I'm going to put in a bunch of farmers so I can farm their stuff for them. Then I'm going to see if we can rebuild this village and turn it into something more interesting. Mr. Bob over there, he is super interested in what's going on in that village, right? You got to agree. He wants to see something happen, but he's super happy. Look at him. I don't put mouths on these. I guess I could put a mouth right here or something, but anyway, this is Solus44. Thanks for stopping by. Galactic Chickens is available on Twitch Launcher. I don't think we'll be able to make the Galactic Chickens available on the Fabric system quite yet, but let me say one thing. I was able to find a bunch of mods for Fabric on the Forge website, and I was able to find a chicken roost mod, and so there might be a chance that I can reproduce Galactic Chickens on Fabric. We'll see. 1.16 has netherite, and it has a really big update for the nether itself. Let me tell you, when I make these videos, I'm going to be going into the nether, and just to show you how beautiful the nether has become. If they had done this much of an update for the oceanic update, the biomes, then people would have been just exploring the water so much more. But now that the nether has been updated, it's so nice. It is really beautiful. And the potential to make things even better is even higher. If you have modded Minecraft 1.16, especially for Fabric, the biomes are insane. They're far better than anything I've ever seen before. And in fact, it's renewed my wanting to go to the nether in general, just because of how tough they made it, and also because of how beautiful it's become. So anyway, this is Solus44. Really? Go away. Go away. Get out of here. Doggone cow was getting in my video. Now he's gone spastic. Anyway, take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye now.